Hey guys, it's Austin Ashburn, aka the Stan Network, and welcome to my Big Brother Canada Season 9 cast assessment and review of the cast. So, a cast assessment. Let's first start off by talking about the fact that there's only 14 house guests, which means there's probably, a little mystery going on with who the other two people might be. I'm just going to throw it out there right away that I think it's probably going to be Jamar and Min Lee or Maddie from Big Brother Canada 8. That cast never got to finish their season, so I'm assuming they're probably going to want to bring a couple of them back for another chance. But let's talk about this cast. It's super solid. I also have to give props to Arissa Cox, who did an amazing job at making sure that there was more representation and diversity within this cast. There's also a lot of intersectionality, which is really great. And I'm just really excited to talk about them. All hail Queen Arissa Cox. I'm pulling up my rented MacBook to read my notes because I did take a lot of notes on these people. Okay, so first we're going to talk about Austin Dikwa, who is 23 and is a realtor slash model. Austin describes herself as a hero. She says she's going to be the crystal girl of the season, essentially, because her prized possession in life is her crystals. So we're looking at like a Caitlyn type of archetype. She's a memory comp queen, she says. She's Guyanese, Egyptian, and German, and she's had 0 boyfriends in her life, but she's obviously being cast to have a showmance. Like, come on now. The girl is gorgeous. She's definitely gonna end up with a man, but I'm kind of hoping she doesn't, because if she gives me like crystal girl archetype energy, I'm really gonna stan. Like, if she ends up being a little, quirky, I would really love her. She's giving me really good vibes so far. So she's definitely in the top tier for me. I could consider her being like a Paris type of player, where she actually is just really sociable and friendly, and she kind of has that good energy about her, and she ends up making it all the way to the end. Next is Beth Bieda, who's 27 and is a social worker, describes herself as a hero. She is the classic archetype of the girl next door. She said it herself. She gives me very much Jillian from BBCAN9 energy, the technical winner of that season. Robin Cass hates us because she really gave us a country girl named Beth after we all know what happened with Holly Allen.
Holly Allen, 24, Wyoming.
Beth has a lazy eye, so that's cool, I guess. She supports newly housed homeless adults. So she's like really all about helping people during COVID. She just coming across as a super big caregiver type of person. Beth also talked a lot about how she's super funny, and she was like, oh, I'll have you guys laughing all throughout the season. Now, why do I think you won't be doing that? She gives me like the type of girl that thinks she's really funny, but she's really not. I feel like we're going to be bored by this woman, but we'll see. Next is Braden White, who's 23 and an anthropology student. He describes himself as a hero. He's the first gay of the season. He reminds me of myself a lot, just in his bio. He says he's never been drunk before, which same bestie. And he also is a self-described huge dork, which is kind of like in contrast with what he portrays like as a fashionista. And I kind of like really felt that. Like, I'm definitely a dork. I love the dorky stuff, but also like I love some good clothes and I love to be fashionable like Brayden. So yeah, the fashion game, I have to stand a bit. Some of the outfits were very extra, but I loved it. Like the one with the red beret in the intro package, really, really good. I think he could definitely stir up some potential conflict. I don't think he would be scared to get in a conflict, and I would be on his side. I think I'm gonna stand him, and all the drama that he might bring. We'll see. There's another gay we're about to talk about, and I feel like instead of having a showmance, they may actually be feuding. I'm getting that vibe. And yeah, I have high hopes for Brayden. I think he'll be really good in the diary room, and he'll provide some quality DRs and drama. So I'm gonna stand as of now. Okay, now next is the other gay of the season. This is Josh Farnsworth. He's 30 and a film production coordinator. Okay, film student. He describes himself as a villain, so that is an A+ from me. And he's a Britney Spears stan. He wrote in his bio, #Free Britney. Agreed. My favorite Britney Spears song is probably Lucky or Circus. Those are her two best. Josh, and maybe this is because of like me staying up until 4 a.m. on TikTok every night recently, but he gives me major like famous gay TikToker energy where they just pose in front of the camera with different outfits. That's really what he was giving me, especially with the red lights. Like you just had to think of like the silhouette challenge and stuff. But yeah, I'm liking him. I think he's gonna rub some people the wrong way. I actually could see him being an early boot, but I am standing as of now as well. The next house guest is my favorite. Her name is Julie Vu. She's 28 and a social media influencer. She's a Dua Lipa stan. Her karaoke song of all time is Don't Start Now. So true, bestie. So I've been watching Julie's YouTube from a while ago. I used to watch her in high school. And I just knew I would stan. But when I really knew that I would stan is I clicked that intro package and the very first thing she said, she walked in her red stiletto high heels towards a trash can and she said, "How do I deal with trash? I put on a pair of heels and I throw it out."
How I deal with trash? I put on a pair of heels and I throw it out.
Wow. Julie's gonna be the moment. She's absolutely gorgeous. Her fashion game is very on. Julie is also Vietnamese and she's the first trans house guest on the Canadian version. She describes herself as an alpha female. Yup. Y'all better stand. Julie Vu is my winner and she will at least be making jury or else the season will be canceled. I will make sure of it. Next is Rohan Kapoor. This man is I think you guys are gonna underrate him. He is a server. Okay, the video package, that turtleneck, he's a server. He's 26, a strategic partnerships manager. Okay, very interesting title. I'm pretty sure that just means he like does PR or something. He's a self-described villain. He talked about being a villain a lot in his package, which I love. He definitely has the potential to be kind of douchey, but that's okay because he's the one that's like self-aware of it, so he'll bring the drama intentionally, which I love. He rates himself a 9 out of 10 on the hotness scale, and likes to take advantage of ugly people, which I think will be really endearing for the casual viewing audience to see. Now, when people are like a self-proclaimed villain, it's usually not as fun as people who are like not aware of being a villain. But I think he's really going to pull through and actually be mischievous. Like, that's what I'm hoping for. Rohan, I would say, is also in the top tier of my favorites so far. Okay, next is Tara Gillian Petrazzi. She's 37 and she's a mom/spin instructor. She describes herself as a hero. Okay, Miss Tara looks like every mom vlogger or Instagram mom ever. Like, she just looks like the stereotype of a mom that has an Instagram and is like trying to be an influencer and post pictures with her kids. Like, she really gives that energy with her appearance. Tara is the one person on this cast where I'm like genuinely confused on how she was cast at the moment. She really just gives me nothing. Like, I know they need a mom on the cast, but you could have found a mom that has a little more vibrancy to her, a little more energy. She will not be entertaining, I fear, and will probably be a pre-jury boot, but I wish her luck, I guess. Next up is Tina Thistle. She's 42 and a graphic designer, describes herself as a hero. Now, when I was watching her intro package, at first I was like, no. No. She literally came out of the gate and was like, "I'm quirky, I'm not a girly girl, I hate makeup, lol." Which just automatically gave me the vibe of like, I'm Tina, I'm about to nominate 2 women if I somehow get into power, haha. And I really hate that. But then she was like, "Oh, I have a partner, her name's Sherry." I was like, oh my god, a lesbian? 4 LGBTQ plus members in this cast, really cute. So maybe Tina won't be as bad, but I feel like I'm not gonna stand. She's giving me quirky energy, but not in a good way. I don't know how to feel yet. Tina, I'm not sure. She just started becoming a hockey player, which is interesting. I think her and Tara are the oldest on the cast, but this is like an older cast. A lot of them are in their 30s from what I read. I think she has a lot going for her because Carol from last season was so horrendous. And she's definitely in that archetype of what Carol was. That we'll be comparing Tina to Carol and realize that Tina is much better. So Tina at least has that going for her.
I was born to play Big Brother.
Next is Victoria Wagharan, who's 27 and is a youth advocate, describes herself as a hero. In her bio, she's a Hillary Duff stan, and she is someone who has broken out of the foster system. And she works at a child welfare system, the same system that she was in as a child, to help make it better, which I think is lovely. I watched her intro package and I was like, queen, 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 queen. Her personality is so energetic, she's so bubbly, and she looks gorgeous. I feel like this is going to be Stan Twitter's favorite. They are going to have to stan. She's an over-the-top and bubbly icon, self-described. She is definitely going to annoy the house guests, but Stan Twitter is going to eat her up. We are going to love her, and we are going to yell at whoever gets her evicted, because I don't think she's going to win, but I think she'll make jury, and the person that sends her home is going to be the person that all of Stan Twitter despises, and I already see it now in my head. Victoria's also a party girl, and she honestly gave me a lot of big vibes of Veronica from BBCAN9, who I personally love. She gave me a lot of plur energy, peace, love, unity, and respect. All right, next is Judson Tavernier. 25, personal trainer, describes himself as a hero. Lots of people saying they're a hero. Definitely has the potential to be a major douchebag, but he is also a server, like a really big server. More of a server than Rohan. I mean, I don't know yet. I don't know, but they're both serving a lot. I'm feeling blessed. Definitely going to be in a showmance. I'm predicting either with the Austin girl or Beth. He's 6'3", which, by the way, guys, is my height. I wrote this long sentence for Judson, so I said, we all like him right now, but I have a weird suspicion that he could be the house guest that Stan Twitter turns on after a couple of weeks for being unlikable. ... IDKY, maybe just my distrust with men, but we will see. He seems nice, actually, as I'm finishing this video. So yeah, I have mixed vibes with Judson, but as of right now, I'm obviously standing because he's such a server. Okay, next up is Kiefer Collison, 32, radio host, describes himself as a hero. Immediately, I was like, no thanks. Listen, guys, he's quirky, silly, goofy, nerdy man that I would like to see leave early, but he'll probably make jury by floating there. I mean, we see this archetype every single season. It's like the nerdy guy or like the silly man who's like just there to be like lovable for the casual viewers. So yeah, he seems nice, but his personality just isn't a personality that I stand for these shows, and he'll be the casual viewer favorite for sure, but I think he'll definitely be disliked by Stan Twitter. Next is Latoya Anderson, 34. She's a police officer, and she describes herself as a hero. Seems she'll play very loyally. Now she's 34, so this seems like a much older cast, is when I was starting to realize this. Her fashion game is really good. She looks stunning in the video. Her mission from the intro package, it sounded like, was that she wanted to change the way people view policing. So this is gonna be a very interesting casting choice for sure. Interesting casting choice. I'm interested in seeing what they do with this in the edit of the show, how far they're willing to take this narrative. I mean, it was a bold casting choice. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not sure what they're trying to do with this, but okay. She has a swimming line where she sells bikinis, and her body was serving. She's keeping the police officer job a secret, as I think she should, honestly. I think that would be smart for her game. So it seems like she won't bring up conversations about it in the house. So once again, I'm interested in seeing how this narrative works in the edit. Next is Ethan Quance, 22, and he's a line cook. Describes himself as a hero. Immediately, he gave me BBCAN7 Dane vibes right away, and he also gave me vibes of that random white guy from BBCAN8. Appearance-wise, though, he's definitely a bigger server than both of them. This is a really attractive cast. I'm shaking a bit. He says he's very sporty. He's another house guest with a potential to be like a major douchebag, question mark. He was crying already in the intro package that he himself was filming. Like, he could have easily deleted that. So that was interesting. He will definitely bore me and probably be a casual favorite, but disliked by Stan Twitter. Honestly, I had the least to say about this Ethan guy because I feel like we just see him in every season, and I was like, okay. Last but not least is to Sean Carter Newman, who's 29 and is an urban planner, and he, thank God, describes himself as a villain instead of a hero. The men on this cast, wow. He says he's confident but not cocky. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Also potential to be a douchebag, but he seems nice so far. Hashtag distrust in men. I love the Google Hangouts part of the intro package where he was with his grandmas. That was so cute. As I was watching the end of the intro package, I was like, wow, he actually seems really nice. I think we might stand to Sean from start to finish. I feel like he could be a favorite. He has the potential to be boring, but with his answer of being a villain, I kind of think he might be a little bit more of a dynamic player than we're thinking. So I'm really excited for Tashawn. I think he could be a good player. Alright guys, and that was the end of my Big Brother Canada Season 9 cast assessment. I think this is a really solid cast and I'm super excited to watch when the premiere happens on March 3rd. For more Big Brother Canada Season 9 content featuring me, I will be doing a cast assessment and draft with some fellow Stan Twitter commentators this Friday. So definitely tune in for that. It's probably going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern. And until then, I'll see you guys on social media. Oh, I hit my mic.